Welcome to my lecture series, A Rabbi Encounters the Universe. This is lecture number 2, Can I be a religious philosopher? And that question was actually asked of me once by one of my students. I was teaching an introduction to philosophy class at Miami Dade College, and one of my students asked me, "You're a rabbi. How can you be a rabbi and be a philosopher? A rabbi, truth comes through faith. A philosopher, truth comes through argumentation back and forth." It was a great question. And actually was a question asked long ago by the church father Tertullian. Tertullian said, "What has Athens to do with Jerusalem?" Athens, of course, is the center, the birthplace of philosophy in Greece. Jerusalem is the center of religion for the 3 great Western religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And according to Tertullian, the two should have nothing to do with each other. You should be religious or you can be a philosopher. You can't be both. On the other hand, one of the greatest Christian thinkers, Anselm, the inventor of what's often known as the ontological proof, a proof I teach my students, he said that philosophy is faith seeking understanding. So what is philosophy? You begin with questions brought about by faith, and then you challenge those and argue about those and begin to sharpen your thinking. And that's a big part of why I love philosophy. I begin with questions of faith. There is a God. We have a soul. God reveals his will to us. There's life after death. These are questions I think about, and then I start to look at them philosophically. What do I mean by God? How can there be God when there's evil in the world? These are all questions I'm going to be dealing with as we go through this lecture series. But I have to tell you that many of the greatest philosophers in history, whether it was Thomas Aquinas or René Descartes or Soren Kierkegaard, were deeply religious. Many other philosophers, whether David Hume or Friedrich Nietzsche or Jean-Paul Sartre, were committed atheists. So they're philosophers who believe in God, philosophers who do not believe in God. But I think one can be a religious philosopher because I think we begin with whatever religion teaches us, statements of faith, and then we submit them to philosophical inquiry. We question them and debate them back and forth, and we sharpen our thinking. As I said in the previous lecture, Socrates admitted that philosophy can never give us final answers. Philosophy can only sharpen our thinking about the answers we have. But we take philosophy, sharpen our thinking, and then turn to religion for ultimate answers about things such as ethics and the purpose of being a human being. So by combining the two, I hope to prove that one can be a religious philosopher.